Most people want to wake up with a calm mind, clear focus, and confidence in their ability to handle life. Instead, the default experience is mental fatigue and anxiety. Our education system taught us how to memorize facts, work hard, and survive competition. We were never taught how to calm the nervous system or consciously direct our own thoughts. As a result, we default to whatever captures our attention. Millions of people live overwhelmed, trapped in repetitive loops of digital stimulation and self-doubt. To break these loops, we are going to build a daily mental mastery routine. We will use a structured training process called the Silva Mind Control Method to actively reprogram your subconscious patterns. You do not need previous meditation experience or advanced spiritual knowledge to do this. You only need consistency and a few minutes each day. Achieving mental control is not escaping the distractions of modern life. It is learning to maintain steady, intentional focus while you navigate them. This framework was developed by Jose Silva, a self-taught researcher who spent years testing the untapped abilities of the human brain. Through his experiments, Silva found that when a person enters a deeply relaxed state, they become significantly calmer and more receptive to learning and problem-solving. He called this the alpha state. In this early EEG scan, we see a patient entering the precise mental frequency where the nervous system calms. You enter this state physically. By slowing your breathing and dropping your shoulders, you signal your brain to shift gears. This graph shows the difference in real time. A brain dealing with daily stress produces an erratic, jagged spike pattern, but entering the alpha state smooths that activity into a rhythmic rolling wave. Mastering this transition is the required first step. You have to calm the hardware before you can rewrite the software. Phase 1 of your daily framework starts the moment you wake up. Before you look at your phone or check emails, you will intentionally enter the alpha state to establish a baseline of calm. Once your mind is quiet, you begin a technique called visualization. This is where you mentally rehearse the specific outcomes you need to achieve that day. Here is the exact 3-step sequence to follow every morning. Step 1, enter alpha. Step 2, visualize your goal. Step 3, set your focus. When you mentally rehearse an action before it happens, your brain processes the visualization as experience. This directly improves your baseline confidence and behavior during the actual event. Successful people do not wait for the day to dictate their mood. They use morning mental rehearsal to guarantee their performance before the day even begins. Even with a strong morning routine, the middle of the day introduces friction. Performance pressure, tight deadlines, and sudden distractions will trigger your automatic emotional reactions. The critical first step of daytime resilience is observation. You have to actively watch your own mind to catch an anxious or limiting thought loop the moment it begins. Once you identify the loop, you intervene. You use your alpha training to pause, slow your breathing, and silence the overthinking within minutes rather than letting the anxiety spiral. Next, you consciously overwrite the negative pattern. You take the limiting thought, like, I can't handle this pressure, and immediately replace it with a pre-planned, empowering belief. Consistently repeating this intervention teaches your brain to stop defaulting to panic. Over time, the empowering belief becomes your automatic response. Emotional resilience is not the absence of stress. It is the active, conscious habit of overwriting your brain's automatic fear response when pressure hits. The final phase of the framework takes place in the critical window right before sleep. This is when your mind is most receptive to intentional programming. You will enter a state of deep relaxation one last time. From here, mentally review the events of the day and actively release any residual stress or frustration you are holding on to. This leverages neuroplasticity. By clearing the mental noise, you allow your brain to process and build healthier mental habits while you rest. Here is the exact 3-step sequence to implement tonight. Step 1, deep relaxation. Step 2, release stress. Step 3, subconscious training. By directing your thoughts before sleep, you transform your rest from a passive state into an active rewiring process for tomorrow's challenges. You now have a complete daily system: morning visualization to set your focus, daytime emotional control to handle pressure, and evening reprogramming to clear stress. But understanding this framework intellectually will not change your life. Passively watching this video accomplishes nothing on its own. Mental mastery is built exactly like physical muscle. It relies entirely on repetition. Temporary motivation fades, but consistent practice weaves a thick, unbreakable steel cable of focus and stability. The techniques in the Silva Method are simple enough for any beginner to start today. Small daily practice over time. Your practice begins today. Start journaling your progress tonight with the nighttime conditioning and execute the morning protocol immediately upon waking tomorrow. When you finally stop fighting against your mind and start working with it daily, you gain the ability to direct your own thoughts.